Good morning, friends. Myself Lalit Tawar, PGT Commerce from KV number 2 Air Force Station, Jodhpur. And today we will discuss the chapter from class 11th accountancy, that is journal. First, we have to know the meaning of journal. Journal is a book of primary entry or a book of original entry in which transactions are first recorded in a chronological order. We all know the first step of accounting process is recording. All business transactions are to be recorded in primary books of accounts or original books of accounts. Journal is the main book of original entry or book of primary entry. Some large scale businesses may record these transactions into subsidiary books instead of journal. Now the meaning of journalizing. The process of recording transactions in journal is known as journalizing. Format of journal. First we have to write the name of the business for which we are preparing journal. The name of the organization for which we are preparing journal, that is Journal of so and so organization. Then there are 5 columns in journal: date, particulars, LF, debit amount, credit amount. There will be at least one debit account and one credit account, and then the narration. Now we have to learn or know the columns of journal. The first column in journal is date. In this column, the date on which the transaction takes place is written. We can write date in United States format or in British style, US style or British style. For example, we can write date as September 1, 2019 or 2019 September 1. The second column is particulars. In this column, the journal entry and narration of the transaction is written. Narration. Narration is the brief description of the transaction which is written in bracket just below each journal entry. If we want to know any detail regarding a particular journal entry or a particular transaction, we can very easily know that detail by reading the narration of the transaction. The third column in journal is ledger folio. In short, it is written as LF. Actually, it is the page number of the ledger on which the transaction is posted. In the process of accounting, after recording transactions in journal or in subsidiary books, the transaction has to be posted in ledger. That is the second stage of accounting process, which is known as classifying. So, by checking the LF column, we can very easily identify the page number of the ledger on which all the transactions related to that particular account is recorded or posted. The fourth column in journal is debit amount. In this column, we write the amount of the debit record of the journal entry. And the last column, fifth column, is credit amount. In this column, we write the amount of credit record of the journal entry. Now the rules of debit and credit. As we all know that accounts are mainly classified into three categories: real accounts, personal accounts and nominal accounts. These rules are also known as golden rules. For real accounts, the rule of debit and credit entry will be debit what comes in and credit what goes out. The things which are coming in the business will be debited and the things which are going outside from the business will be credited. For personal accounts, debit the receiver and credit the giver. As we all know that we are preparing accounts of our organization. If we are giving something to other organization or other person, that person is actually the receiver. That's why his account, his or her account, or that organization's account will be debited. If we are receiving something from other person or from other organization, that organization or that person is giver. If we are receiving something, we will credit the giver's account. That means that person's account or that organization's account will be credited. Nominal accounts. Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. If we are spending something on expenses or there is an occurrence of a loss, then it shall be debited. For example, we paid salaries rupees 5,000. Salary is an expense and cash is going out. Debit the salary account as it is an expense and credit cash as it is a real account and cash is going out. Credit what goes out. Then credit all incomes and gains. If we are earning an income or if we are gaining or if we are earning a profit, it should be credited. Now, one example, purchased goods from Mukesh for rupees 5,000. Purchase account is related to goods and goods is a real account. Purchases is a real account. Goods are coming in. That's why this account, that is purchase account, will be debited. And cash is going out. Cash is a real account, it is going out, hence cash will be credited. Now we will solve one question. The question is, record the following transactions in journal of Messrs. Ram and Brothers. Date is 2019 April 1. Started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. The second transaction is on April 5th. Purchased goods for rupees 30,000. April 7, paid rupees 500 for stationery, and April 10, sold goods for rupees 40,000. Now we will prepare journal for all these transactions. The first transaction was started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. We all know that the business is receiving cash. It means cash is coming in the business. That's why cash account debit. And from whom it is received? It is received from the owner of the business. But according to separate entity concept, the owner of the business is different from the existence of the business, the entity of the business. That's why it will not be written as owner. It will be written as capital. The amount invested by the owner of the business is known as capital. The entry will be cash account debit rupees 1 lakh to capital account rupees 1 lakh, and the narration will be being started business with cash. The second transaction was on April 5th. Purchased goods rupees 30,000. Here goods is coming in So purchases account debit rupees 30,000 and cash is going out. So to cash account rupees 30,000. The entry is purchases account debit to cash being purchased goods for rupees 30,000 or being purchased goods for cash. The third transaction was purchase stationery for rupees 500. Stationery is coming in and cash is going out. So the entry is stationery account debit to cash. Here we can treat stationery as an expense also. So the entry is still same. Stationery account debit to cash being paid cash for stationery. Our last transaction was sold goods for rupees 40,000. Here we are receiving cash on sale of goods and goods is going out. That's why the journal entry is cash account debit rupees 40,000 to sales rupees 40,000 and the narration is being sold goods for cash. At the end of journal we have to show the grand total, that is the total of all the transactions of journal. The total of debit amount column and the total of credit amount column must always be equal. If it is not equal, it indicates that we have committed some error or some mistake while recording these journal entries.